friends now. I'm just
Okay,
curious. That temple
back at it
is the
again.
quickest, cleanest harrowing.
As you say.
We last left off. Gotta talk
I just
to
know
Senior
of
Enchanter.
homecoming.
But first, let's see what these people got.
I heard
Gonna
they
run
suspect
them for
someone's
the
dabbling in
gear
blood
or
magic.
whatever.
Why would anyone do something so stupid? But the
Bank Valerium. Yoink.
because blood magic is powerful, you can bend others to your will and force demons into your service.
Go here. Yoink. Iced Ban. Does that do cold resistance? Not really useful. I mean, it gives me something, but not really useful right now.
As you say.
Oh, that's right, we leveled up. Meh. And 20. Got Rejuvenate. Glyph of Paralyzation.
You must control the fire with your will. Keep the flames steady. We don't want it sputtering and leaping about. That's what causes most of the injuries. Injuries?
Remember what the chantry says about magic.
Magic must serve man, and not rule.
Kids.
I'm going to be a powerful mage when I grow up.
Okay.
I like ponies.
Boys are better at magic than girls.
Ah, we got little
I
kid
remember
being a
when you
little
were this
shit.
age. Adorable.
Concentrate. Hold the shield. If I put all my power behind that spell, you would have been obliterated.
Damn.
I am not your enemy. Fear is your enemy. It is a weakness that can be exploited.
Nah, he just
Face a
trash.
demon, your will wavering, I can't wait for my harrowing.
Book. What can I see? What can I see? It highlighted something.
It is begun.
Codex. Upstairs. Owain.
Welcome to the Circle stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you? The
What's the
stockroom
for?
stores components used in magical and alchemical experiments. Do you require something?
You really a tranquil?
I voluntarily submitted to the rite of tranquility. I was unwilling to undergo the harrowing. I find this state agreeable.
You don't think what they did to you is fucked up?
Tranquility has its merits. I see the world with clarity. I remember the days when my mind was filled with inconvenient and seething emotions. Now things are simple.
What was it like?
It is difficult to describe. I would perhaps compare it to being plunged into a pool of ice-cold water.
What happened? ¿Qué pasó?
I was ordered to never speak of it. I cannot go against the Circle's wishes.
I should go now.
Very well. Goodbye.
I ain't gonna say all that. Cause they still people.
That's not likely. I think someone's here to speak to you, Senior Torren. Hello. Congratulations on your harrowing last night. Good work.
Ah, it was nothing. Fuck you talking about?
Ah, the fraternities of the enchanters. You probably haven't heard of them. It's best not to get tangled up in circle politics. More trouble than it's worth, really.
Tell me about it.
They're found in all circles throughout Phaedas. Groups of enchanters who hold similar viewpoints, who band together to make their voices heard. The most influential fraternity are the Equitarians. They are moderates and believe in a
Excuse
code
me.
of conduct that all mages should adhere to.
Excuse me.
Then there are the Chantry apologists, the loyalists. The Chantry says something and they follow it to the letter. The Lucrosians just want to make money. And the Isolationists would like us all to be hermits and live on an island. Then, of course, there are the Libertarians. They want more power for the Circle, more autonomy.
So they're not real life libertarian. Hopefully they're not like real life libertarians and want to lower the age consent, because then they'd be weird. What you belong to?
Well, if I had to, I'd say I was an Equitarian, but I ducked out of the fray a long time ago. Most of the senior enchanters are Equitarians. Irving, Wynne, Sweeney. Ulred's a Libertarian, and a loud one at that. Mages have enough opposition from the outside without tearing our circles apart with infighting. But what can you do? An idealist, I see. Well, if you're going to change the world, you should get started immediately. Lots of world to cover.
Hello, were you looking for something? I'm Njal, a mage just like you. I've seen you around, haven't I? I must have. Oh, the fraternities. Groups of mages with a common agenda. I think we should all be isolationists. Stay in some remote mountain town, far away from the mundanes who hate us. They'll never learn that. They don't want to. I'd go hide alone in the wilds if I could. But you know they just brand me an apostate and hunt me down. There is no leaving the circle. It's till death do us part. Romantic, isn't it? If you leave the circle, you become an apostate. And the punishment for leaving is death. Pretty grim, huh? I've heard of hedge witches who've managed to survive on their own, eluding the circle for a lifetime. But if the Templars discover them, well, you know what happens. Then there are stories about the Dalish elf clans having great magic. But who knows what's truth and what's fiction when it comes to the Dalish? All right, have a good day.
Do you need something? If not, step back. You're in my light. I'm trying to study. Have some consideration for a fellow mage. Are you surprised? We are probably more attuned to magic than humans are. Or at least our ancestors must have been. With most of our history lost, I suppose I'll never really know. Maybe the Dalish elves would, but I've never met one. They live in the wilderness, traveling where they will. I've heard they keep the old beliefs alive. As do I. Perhaps one day I will have the chance to learn it. Are you from an alienage? I'm from a farm outside High Ever. My mother worked as the cook's assistant there. I'm glad I didn't grow up in one of those. Life was hard on the farm, but at least we were treated fairly well. I suppose it doesn't matter where we're from, does it? We're in the circle now. I am satisfied knowing the humans who look down upon me will fear me instead. But I should get back to my books. Good day.
I shall do it. It shall be done.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't hear you come in. I'm sorry. I'm terribly busy right now. I have to prepare the room before the Grey Warden is done at his meeting with Irving. They are an order of brave and noble warriors, sworn to give their lives to defeat the Darkspawn. You know, I almost became a Grey Warden once. There were several of us chosen, though the Grey Wardens only wanted one recruit. They only ever have one mage, you see. I think they thought I was the best candidate, but I was young and foolish, and I said I wasn't interested. They picked someone else instead, and that was that. I've regretted it ever since. Ah, well, I should get back to my work.
There you are. You are to be moved out of the apprentices' dormitory, and these are to be your new quarters. The Tranquil will move your belongings this afternoon. Go on, make yourself comfortable.
As you say. Very well. I shall do it.
Greetings. I'm glad your harrowing went well. Some Templars I know discuss such things with glee. I don't share their enthusiasm. I try to serve the Maker first and foremost. As long as I am guided by his commandments, I cannot go wrong. Honestly, I've never seen an abomination, or been called on to slay one. Gregor would have guided me. Something must happen. But what if it's not obvious? Could abominations be walking among us right now? This is still new to me. Maybe one day I'll be as dedicated and driven as Knight Commander Gregor. You must be busy. Perhaps we can talk another time.
I shall do it.
You're not going to keep the first enchanter waiting, are you?
Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker. Blessed... Oh, hello. I'm reciting the Maker's blessings. Would you like to join me? Yes, I love that prayer. Would you say it with me? Wonderful. I'll start over. Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker. Blessed are the penitents who seek his return. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition. So let it be. Thank you for praying with me. I recite the Maker's blessings every day. It brings me peace in troubled times. It gives me hope that one day the Maker will hear us, that maybe I'll be forgiven and my curse will be lifted. Magic? What else? Magic causes such misery. It's dangerous and vile and wicked. The Chantry must protect the world from us. Being born with something so terrible must be a punishment. I wish I could be rid of it. That doesn't take magic. If I could, I would dedicate my life to the Chantry, but they would never take me in. Perhaps this is just something I will have to suffer through. I should go. My mentor only allows a few minutes each day for religious contemplation.
I heard about your harrowing. Congratulations. Andraste must have smiled upon you.
Many have already gone to Ostagar. Wynne, Aldred, and most of the senior mages. We've committed enough of our own to this war effort.
Your own? Since when have you felt such kinship with the mages, Gregor? Or are you afraid to let the mages out from under Chantry supervision, where they can actually use their Maker-given powers?
How dare you suggest?
Gentlemen, please. Irving, someone is here to see you.
Ah, if it isn't our new brother in the circle. Come, child.
This is...
Yes, this is he.
Well, Irving, you're obviously busy. We will discuss this later.
Of course. Well, then, where was I? Oh, yes, this is Duncan of the Grey Wardens.
Duncan, was it? What's he doing here?
You've heard about the war brewing to the south, I expect. Duncan is recruiting mages to join the King's army at Ostagar.
Why?
Mages are uniquely equipped to combat Darkspawn.
The fuck is a Darkspawn?
They are twisted monsters that dwell underground where the sun's light cannot touch them. They have formed into a horde in the Korkari Wilds and threaten to invade north into the valley. I fear if we don't drive them back, we may see another blight.
Duncan, you worry the poor lad with talk of blights and Darkspawn. This is a happy day for him.
We live in troubled times, my friend.
We should seize moments of levity, especially in troubled times. The harrowing is behind you. Your phylactery was sent to Denerim. You are officially a mage within the circle of magi.
My leash, you mean?
Now, child, it's not that bad.
I'm sorry, what is this phylactery?
Blood is taken from all apprentices when they first come to the tower, and is preserved in special vials.
So they can be hunted if they turn apostate.
We have few choices. The gift of magic is looked upon with suspicion and fear. We must prove we are strong enough to handle our power responsibly. You have done this. I present you with your robes, your staff, and a ring bearing the circle's insignia. Wear them proudly, for you have earned them.
So I get.
Joining the circle is a reward as well. You will realize this one day. It goes without saying that you shall not discuss the harrowing with those who have not undergone the rite. Now then, take your time to rest, or study in the library. The day is yours.